second part of the painting tutorial of the Evocator on Dracoline. Okay, in the first part we have done the skin, we have done we have put the base colors for the clothes, and we also have done the base color and the shades on the spikes and scales. So in this part we are going to finalize the Dracoline, and we will start the work on the rider. So to keep working on the Dracoline, now we are going to paint bells, ribbons that he has all around. We are going to use Gothic brown for the leathery parts. Okay, I use normally more from brown for the leather on the armor of the guy, of the rider, of the Evocator, and here I'm going to use Gothic brown for the bells and so on. So, and also for the I don't remember the name, for the way the rider goes. Okay, so we are going to apply this on all. You can see here is quite a hidden part, and you want to do this before doing the armor. This is the problem you have when if you've assembled, as I have done here. Normally you should do the rider, first the steed, the Dracoline, without adding the rider and then do the rider, but it's all the parts are quite interrelated on the resin kits. It's quite difficult to keep them separated. So I'm going to apply it here. We are going to apply the base color as well on this part, okay? And we are going to do on all the different parts, the bells of the Dracoline. Okay, there is some bells. Now is the moment to do that. We want to be careful not to dirty the work that we already did on the skin of the Dracoline, so we are going to be with care. And this way I'm using quite a small brush, so to be sure that I don't do mistakes, so try to minimize the risk of mistaking, and just keep working on that. So I will do that, and I'm back when I have applied this base color. So we have done all the bells. Okay. Next step, I'm going to use Nagarud Night, and I'm going to do the clothes, because normally I have the clothes on my Stormcast Eternals are purple, a very light green or white, and so white color with a green shade. But for this part, as I want a good contrast with the Dracoline that have quite a light color, I prefer to use purple. On top, purple will give a very interesting contrast against the green. So what will make quite a will add quite a nice color contrast here on this part. So we are going to apply Nagarud Night on this. This is the darkest blue, the darkest purple, sorry, from Games Workshop, from Citadel Paints. We would like to have 2 layers, and try not to go over the symbol that we have here, so we'll do this in gold. But yeah, try not to leave any spot in white. Okay, so I will do that quickly, nicely, and I'm back for the next step. So next step, I'm going to work, what you have seen, I still need to do some cleanup on the, but I want to work on the face of the Dracoline. Okay, so we start with the eyes. I will use yellow color, flash heath yellow for the eyes, and we try to paint the eyeballs with this flash heath yellow. And it's important we leave the shading. Okay, so do the other one. If for any reason for a mistake or something, you have eliminated the shading, just come back with the contrast paint and redo it, because you need the shading really to give a nice look to the eye. So once flesh grit yellow is applied, we come with black, Abaddon black. And we are going to make a line. Something like that. Now I'm going to make it thicker, and I do the same on the other side. Okay, you see, if it's needed, I will add a little bit of black, like that, on the upper paint. And you see that it looks quite interesting, nice. Okay, I will just take a little bit of the iron rack, with the same we have used to highlight the green parts. And I will clean up here a little bit just in case. Okay, the black is going here, was okay. Okay, good. Now we are going to do the mouth. I start with the tongue of the mouth, and I'm going to use Bookmark Glow to add some highlight on the tongue. Okay, we want to leave some of the color, I think now this. One thing that is very important to notice, sorry, I put my hand, so this is what we do. We're just doing this, that. One thing that is important to notice that the scale 75 colors are very, very, very matte. So we will need to add some gloss varnish or satin varnish later on. As this is the mouth, I suggest to add some gloss varnish. Okay, we have put that, and then I will apply Cadian Flesh Tone just to make it a little bit lighter and give a little bit more of volume to the tongue. Okay, like that. Now the other side. Something like that. Good. Let's do the teeth. For the teeth we are going to use an ivory color. And I will use Usha T-Bone. So we can start with the bottom teeth. can see, I'm just doing first the external part of the teeth. Now I will try to do a little bit of the inside of the teeth, although it's not that easy. Okay, let's do now the top teeth, and we'll repeat the same operation. Okay, so I will do the top teeth, and I'm back. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Retributor armor on the different decorations on the creature. So for example, this thing, this symbol here. Okay, another type of decoration objects we have on the Dracoline. So we are going to put it here, in this one here, right? We're going to do as well this one on the other side, these ones, okay, this, and these small things that are hanging at the back. Okay, so again, this is quite straightforward, not too much mystery. We just need to put on Retributor armor is a great gold as the base color. It has a very nice coverage, so it's going to be quite easy to apply, and you have quite a decent color. So I'm going to apply the Retributor armor, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, I have done all the gold, and while this is drying, I'm going to use a sharp T-bone to do the. There is here a parchment. In that case, you will not have this in all of the so this is only in this one, right? The other ones does not have this bag with the parchment, but I'm going to do this one. Okay. From all the sides. I'm doing that because I want to do the wash. So when I do the wash, I want to be ready to do it as well on this part. This way I'm applying now this. Okay, we are going to wait that this dries. And while this is drying, we can work on the nails. So I will show you how I do one of the hands, and then you can assume that the rest will be done in the same way. So we are going to take first Rainbow Brown. Okay, we're going to use Rainbow Brown and Racar Flesh. Okay, just give me a minute. Here it is, Rainbow Brown, Venom Brown and Racar Flesh. These are the two colors we are going to use now. Okay. And we take, for example, this nail here, this hand, what we are going to do is we start, let's go first this one here at the bottom. I take Bentley brown and I start from the top and I go down. Something like that. Okay. And then we take Dracoline. And we do the same on both sides. Okay, I'm going to do another name now. So I take first rainbow and brown. Okay. We do the bottom here on our line. Now we take Dracoline. We apply Dracoline. Okay. We are going to do the same on all the claws, nails of this creature. Okay, so I will keep doing the same on all the claws and nails, and I'm back for the next step. So this how looks like. Now we have all the nails done. Okay, so we are almost, we are quite advanced now on the painting of the Dracoline. We are going to apply Iron Breaker in the buckles and some other elements that we have on the Dracoline. So because then I can apply the wash over all this. Okay. So this means I'm going to apply Iron Breaker here. Okay. We will also do here the end of this type of bell. apply it as well in this bar. Okay, and on the handle here. Okay, so I apply this iron breaker and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step, I'm going to use a wax air shade and I will put this on all the brown parts that we have done. And the gold, we are trying to avoid the gold part because I want to put what's called the Dracoline flay shade on the gold part. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, I will go through the bells, all the bells, and I will apply this brown. Why I want to do the gold before, although I will not go over the gold, is because I want to be sure that they have a nice shade between the gold and the brown. Okay. Here we have a little bit of difficulties to reach, and I realize that we will need to come back. When we highlight, we will clean up some of the small mistakes we have there. Okay, and I keep doing that. Okay. If you put too much, you just pull it with the brush. For example, here is too much. With the brush, touch it, remove it as well here. Okay, this is important, so we are going to shade this quite nicely. I will do also the parchment, and we go. Okay, so I will do this, then I will try to go in this part there, and then I go without too many, being too careful. This is going to be tricky on this one because it's a little bit standing up, so the cape is very visible and it's going to be difficult to reach all the cape later on. So I'm a little bit concerned on this one, how I'm going to do the inside of the cape. Okay, this is a problem for later. So I put it also on the metal parts. Okay, and you can see. So I just will finalize to the wash, and then we need to wipe this dry before doing the next step. Okay, although the wash is not completely dry yet, I can work on other parts, and I'm going to use now very old paint. This is Putty Green from very orange workshop from the 90s. You can achieve that. It's very similar to the mud green, but you have to add a little bit of yellow to the mud green. So it will be mud green with a little bit of yellow, or there maybe in Vallejo you can find something quite similar. I like this one because it's brighter than the mud green, and I think it gives a nicer result. So what we are going to do with that is we are going to do two things. We are going to highlight the scales, okay, and depending on the scale I will highlight more the center. These ones that are more like rounded, but these ones that are bigger I will highlight first the border. Okay, and then I will do a little bit like that. So I try to give more deepness to the scales, and this will, here you have to go by one by one, right? So there is not really a trick here to go faster. It's just a matter of being patient and going one by one. Okay. This is what I will do on the scales, what you see here. Well, you can imagine you repeated it several times for all the scales. On the spikes, I will also go brighter There was a moment I was hesitating if I do them in browns, like the nails, but I thought that this is like a magical creature, and also it's a suppose it have with a name should have some reptilian background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do them green. And we will do something like that. Okay, so at the end I will put the spikes, and the scales will go more or less on the same type of color. Okay, so you see I do this one here. What I try to do is put some water is too thick. It makes it more difficult to control. So what we try to do is do this type of lines and make them grow when we get closer to the tip of the spike. Okay. Like that. Okay. Something like that. We keep doing. Let's do this one here as a last example. What you can imagine, you do this over all the Dracoline. Okay, and is repeating the same on all of them. Right, we do these scales here. And you can see as soon as I touch them with this very bright green, they really pop up. They have a very interesting contrast with the skin, and as well with the purple that we use for some parts. Okay, so the last one on camera, and the rest will go off camera, because at the end it's repeating the same operation again and again and again. So when you have a big one, I try to do 3. And the smaller one, I keep with 2. Okay. So I will finalize all the green, all the scales and spikes, and I'm back. Okay, this is how it looks like now that we have done the highlights on the scales and the spikes. And now I'm going to start blocking the base colors on the rider as well. So I will start with the clothes, because it's the part that is more difficult to access together with the armor. So we are going to have some difficulties here to be able to fill everything. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah. I'm going to start with the clothes and then I will see how I do the armor. I'm going to apply Gauss Blaster Green on all the parts where I want the white. Okay, so this is how I do the color scheme on my Stormcast Eternal. So it's green armor with greenish white for the clothes combined with purple. Okay, so this way I will use this here and there. And again, maybe this is method is better to paint without the cloth put on, but yeah, I don't know why I have glued everything together. I guess because of the complexity of how the shape is. But here we need to do that. I'm not too concerned if I go a little bit of this, it will go gold later on. So I apply this on the clothes and I'm back. So we have done this pale green and the Gauss Blaster Green, and now I'm going to use Morphin Brown for the belts and the joints in the armor. As I said, if you have seen other tutorials on my channel, this is the colors that I use for all my Stormcast Eternals. Okay, it's quite a jade green on the armor, and then I combine these the joints with this Morphin Brown with some shading, and then the white that is shaded with green. So we are going to apply this on, for example, on these joints of the armor. Okay, I'm going to apply these as well on this type of things, and instead of painting them like parchment, I like to paint like embossed leather at the end, or leather with embossing, that I think makes more sense, especially for the thing, because of the thickness these things have. Okay, I do them, and I will do as well this back and the bell at the back. Okay, so and the handles, I do the handles of the weapons also on this brown. Okay, I don't do them in fancy purple or something like that. I prefer to do this brown, as we have here is a leather cover to avoid it. So normally the weapon should be covered with a leather or material that is isolating you from the coldness of the metal, right? So if you touch a metal, it's directly it's very cold. I understand here you are also wearing these gloves that protect you from the metal part, but normally you prefer to have some type of leather where you have the grip of the weapon. It's like anything that you want to handle, normally you want to have it all. Today all this leather and wood is substituted by plastic, but in the past normally handles and all this type of parts or were wood or were covered with leather, so in case you fight in winter, yeah, the coldness is not directly to you, does not go directly to your hand, right? The conductivity is reduced and the leather is helping you as an isolator. Okay, so I'm going to do this here, and I'm going to work on the rest of the Morphin Brown, and I'm back for the next step. Morphin Brown is applied, and now I'm going to apply Sybaric Green, and with that we are almost locking the main colors except some details. Okay. Again, we go passionately. All these details. The difficult part again is going to be the leg under the cloth. Okay, so the difficult part is going to be especially this leg. It's not going to be, I will not be able to reach the light from the other side. So yeah, it's not that visible, but it's bothering me. Okay. I also realized that I should do this, I like to do this armor plate in the knee protection in white, so I will do also the knee protection with the same white, with same green we have done the cloth. And we are going, no, the helmet goes in gold, so we will not paint the helmet yet. Okay, so I do this and I'm back for the next step. Okay, we have put now the cyber green on the armor, and this is how it looks like at this stage. And I think I will stop here the second part, and I will be ready now for the third part. So I know it's taking a little bit long. I try to put it in a small part so you can also follow up. And yeah, and now the Dracoline is almost done. We have to do some details like the gold, we need to do some shading, and we need to do some highlights on the brown parts, right? But as I want to do this together with the gold of the miniature, and this is why I start painting the rider. So we have we are just missing to put some gold on the rider, and we are going to be ready to start doing the shading and some wet blending that we need to do on the clothes. So that's all for now. I hope you have enjoyed this one. Please give a like if you have liked it. Let me know what do you think about the color scheme. Just here to give a taste. So this is one that is more advanced. So this is where we go. Okay, so this is what I want to do. You can see here the clothes, the green armor. This is where we are now. But be sure that we are going to go to the new, to the other stage. So as I said, thanks a lot for watching. Please give a like if you have liked this video. And as usual, see you again later. Bye.